I'd rather these nights without you got me going so mad. There's no one like you that I'd rather have. These nights without you, these nights without you. When I want you back, when I want you back, I realize how I'm still stuck in the past, still stuck in the without you. Entering the Chalkaverse, Chalka, crypto. Welcome to the Chalkaverse. He all speaking Chalka facts, I'm out speaking Chalka words. We all making Chalka raps, we call this the Chalkaverse. No, I can't help you cop the bag, but I can help you do research. So come and join the Chalka pack, explore the Chalka universe.
What is going on, everybody? I'm Chalka Crypto, and this is the Chalkaverse. And today we got the Lions Social Club in the house. I got Doc and Gavin backstage. Let me go ahead and pull up their Twitter real quick. All the links to everything we talk about will be down in the description box below. So if you want to check them out, just go scroll down, check out their Twitters. But without further ado, let me go ahead and bring up the guests for today. We have Mr. Gavin and Doc. What is up, fellas?
What's going on, buddy? Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a
great
minute
to see you. Hello,
hey,
everyone. How you all going?
Cool. Yeah, nice to see you guys. Yeah, Doc, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Luke Chris. If I say your name wrong, I apologize. I see that you're new to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. It says here showing support with the Lions Social Club community. That's right. Everybody in the house, and people will probably slowly come in as the channel goes on. But Doc, I've had you on the channel, plenty of times. But if you don't mind, for the people that are watching or tuning in or watching this recording, maybe we can get a rundown, just a quick background, and then your role with the project, and then we'll move on to Gavin, and then we'll jump right into Lions Social Club.
Sure. As many people know, I'm a disabled veteran and started in the crypto space because I was sitting at home doing nothing, and I wanted to feel like I was providing for my family. And after a year and a half, I really started to make a name for myself, supporting all the projects on Chronos, and earned the title The Connector there through just being active and, helping support everybody. And at the end of last year, God, what was it, Gavin? Like right at the end, like almost Christmas time, I think. I guess it was earlier in that month. The
I think
previous owner of
when we first met through Lion Social Club. Do you mean?
Yeah. No, that we started to get the opportunity to take over. The previous founder was, had a change of heart.
Maybe mid-December.
Yeah. And I had been on about a 2-month hiatus. I had a lot of IRL stuff going on, and so the opportunity came up to take it over. And at first I was like, I just don't have the time to commit to it. And so I was like, but I support Gavin. I'm going to stay on the team and support him however I can. And that lasted about 2 days. And then Gavin was in my DM saying, nope, you're going to do this with me. I need you to come and do it. And after about 5 DMs, saying, I need you, let's do this. I'm like, you know what? All right, let's get it done. And just jumped in, and we haven't had we had our first actual sit down conversation meeting a few days ago of where we wanted to take the whole project as a whole. I mean, we knew in general, because we communicate a lot, we had ideas, and Gavin and I are like the yin and yang. I mean, every person in Kronos I don't know, he knows. And every person he doesn't know, I know. And then we have this huge overlap. So I don't know, man. I mean, we work so well together, and it just took off, and it hasn't slowed down. And I finally did it. I pulled the trigger, became a founder, and here we are. What's that?
We've taken on something that most people would have probably, built from the ground up and been in it 6 months and had their plans all laid out carefully, easily to follow. And we just haven't had that opportunity. We've jumped in, and the success has been, extraordinary. I really thought if everything went great, we'd probably mint out in 3 months, but 6 months would be fine. And it's just snowballed at such a rapid rate. So now we've got to, we're trying to just do the day-to-day stuff. Like I'm dropping lands, which is part of our deal. It seems like 24/7. We're doing so much time doing the little things and now we've got to really strategically plan the next step, which is just, come so quick that we're, I'm getting up at 5 o'clock now. It's the only way I can get shit happening.
Yeah.
Because it's just not enough hours in the day.
Yeah. Now how did we get to...
I'm not a morning person, but I just have to be up at 5, slam down 2 coffees and get into it because I check my Discord messages and there's 100 and I'll go, oh shit, let's go.
Yeah.
The up ramp has been so fast.
How did we get here, Gavin? Let's get a little background on you, where you came from, how you got with this project.
I'm into small business. I'm in the real world. I have a couple of coffee shops and a gym, so completely different whole scenario. But when COVID hit, we had lockdowns here, and those 2 particular industries probably went from the best to possibly be involved with to the worst, because no one was going to the gyms and no one was going out for coffee. So then I had a lot of time on my hands. So same as Doc, I was at home a bit then when I went before wasn't. So then, I've always wanted, probably would have missed the boat simply through being busy, but I always wanted to get right into crypto. But I was just too busy in the real world. So that gave me the opportunity. So I got into crypto a bit, then kind of fell into NFTs and just loved it and knew where it was going was like a long-term thing and just became a true believer. So I started buying a lot of NFTs or getting into a lot of projects and then started, having chats with the CEOs or the founders of those NFTs, realized I had a lot to give, so they started to get me involved really just gradually, but that kind of snowballed out of nowhere. And before you know it, you're on the team and getting offers to help and, do this and that. And just every day seemed like a bit more involved in the NFT game. I really love it. Like I'm such a believer in it. I'm a big holder of a lot of different projects simply because I believe in them. I'm not here, let's start an NFT and try and make money. It's kind of just slowly developed into things. And I do it from a passion. It's my favorite part of the day, even though, like I said, I get up at 5, going through the Discord, doing the things. It's my favorite part of the day. It's just, I really love it. It's great.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, and the project is Lions Social Club. This is their Twitter right here. Like I said, I put the Twitter link in the description box down below. Let's talk about the project. Like, where can we mint? What are the utilities? Where do you see this project in the future? And how did it get to where it's at right now? I know right now your mint is doing very well.
Go ahead.
Our mint started off, when Doc and I decided we were going to take it on full ball. The mint was dormant, if not dead, pretty much straight away, just because of people trusting Doc and myself and us saying we were going to do with it. Like my first comment was, I want to make this an NFT that I would buy. And that is a simple statement, but it probably for a lot of people that I know and other projects I'm involved in knows that means something, because if I would want to buy it, it needs to be good. And that's what I've been trying to do. So then because of my connections and Doc's connections with other particular projects out there, we're able to inject some things instantly, get some utility. And probably the main one that really got us going and on the map was teaming up with Imperium, which is the game project we can talk about later. But I was able to get one land free for every mint for our first 500 mints. And generally, those lands are probably worth more than one line, or at least equivalent at the time. And so it just gave us a bit of a leg up and got the mint rolling, got eyes on the project, probably had a lot of people going, oh, this is interesting. And it really started to snowball from there. And then, you know, that's a good start. But our, you know, what we're guaranteeing or going to deliver for the project in itself is going to be standalone from that. Like the Imperium deal, which is now, we're still giving one land for every 3 until we mint out. But when we mint out, which is probably going to be in about 2 hours. You know,
well, as we were talking, I just minted my 3. So,
so obviously that's a great deal, and that's, you know, got a lot to do with why we're minting. But that's not going to carry us forward. So what will carry us forward is our own utility, which, you know, initially it's going to be, the project's going to go. I can't see why it won't go forever, but initially 25% of every mint, which is, you know, it's a 400 crow mint, so 100 crow from every mint goes into a community fund, and that is purely to give back to the minter. So in reality, if you mint, it's really only costing you 300, because 100 is actually, it's still yours. It's just we're going to turn that into something else. So via the community with a vote, we're going to set up a board, and then we're going to propose things which will be voted on, and we'll go down an investment path with that community fund, and then return hopefully just the profits. So then the fund can build and continue to return profits, you know, forever and a day. And honestly, the level of holders we have, we're going to be able to get some great investments. You know, we're actually getting donations of some things from some of our holders to put into this community fund. We're going to be able to buy things, you know, at whitelist prices. We're going to be able to get into things early. And I can see this fund outgrowing anything else. It could be really quite extraordinary. I kind of want to run it like a share portfolio. So invest it and then return shares or return the profits back to, you know, back to holders, maybe every 3 months. You know, we'll buy, say, 10,000 possibly candy, or 10,000 this, 10,000 that, and then, but primarily invest in things that will have a return, and that return is what we will give back. Now, that's only my ideas, and we will be completely community driven. But that's the kind of way I envisage it.
That was our main thing, Chaka. I mean, you've known me a long time, and I have always been a community supporter, community driven, community this, community that. And a lot of projects do care about their communities. I mean, we Chaka, you and I are in several that the communities are important, but Gavin and I are both in agreement that you need to have people to drive the ship, right, of the project. That's what Gavin and I do. But electing this board he mentioned is going to be voted by the community of a group of people that, you know, bring ideas and things to Gavin and I, and we can look at that and the longevity and what's best for the project, and then present that to a vote to the community. And then the community can decide with what we put out there, how they best see us going forward. And having that kind of power as a community, it really, I mean, it feels good because you feel like your voice is heard. You know, you feel like, okay, I can see this going somewhere, instead of, you know, I'm not going to mention any specific projects, but, you know, you get some people behind the wheel of the project and they drive it into the ground. It's not that they rugged or anything like that. It's just like, well, this is now something I don't want to hold anymore. And, you know, we were in the community saying we want to do something different. This is not working. And then it just didn't happen. And that's.
And even more than that, Doc, I think what we found out pretty quickly is like we genuinely have a lot of connections and can get us a lot of great deals. But what we found out really fast is that our community has, you know, 100 more. We now have a base of probably, just off the top of my head, 10, 15 people that are going to be able to genuinely help with getting these things to fruition.
Yeah.
More than 2 people ever could. So all of a sudden we have, you know, a whole project looking for opportunities, looking for ideas or giving ideas. And it's more ideas than me and Doc could ever come up with. So all of a sudden you have this huge database of connections of people that want the project to do well because they're holders. So we're all going to help each other because obviously we all want the best for each other for the project.
Something special's happening in that Discord, Chaka. I mean, I've been in a lot of them, bro. You remember that one episode I was on with you where I showed you my phone and I just slid down all this Discord?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Been in a lot of them. And what is happening inside this Discord is next level.
It takes half an hour just to catch up, you know.
Yeah.
Go to bed at midnight. You just got to catch up on the general comments. It's the Discord's gone crazy.
Your Twitter right now, you guys
I'm seeing currently with more stuff in it is a couple that are half and negative. You know, it's people bitching. Our comments are just positive all the way through. It's phenomenal.
And your Twitter is almost at 3,000 followers.
Oh yeah, our Twitter's almost at 3,000 followers. But a lot of people are getting their updates from Gavin and I's personal, because we'll tweet from the Lion Social Club, and then him and I'll share it, and then our personal accounts, like, they'll explode, right? And so I think that a lot of people are following us and then following Lion Social Club, but I don't think that they're necessarily clicking the follow on the Lion Social Club account, if that makes sense.
I still think there's a couple of weeks delay. I think a lot of the newbies still aren't on the actual Lion account. They're still following us.
Yeah.
So how many you guys? Your Discord's doing very well too. As far as your Discord goes, this is just the general chat. I don't want to show anything that's special just for the Lion holders. But do you guys do anything in Discord to keep? What do you guys do in there to keep everybody involved? Do you guys
honestly? We just nothing.
Just hang out.
We don't do Rumble Royales, and we will. That's stuff we want to get to, but we haven't had time.
Yeah. At the moment, it's just all organic. Every single comment in there, it's just natural coming from people involved.
I was
saying to Doc the other day, because of the lands drop, and it's a manual process. Every single person has to open a ticket. So me and Doc are genuinely communicating one-on-one, both of us most of the time, with every single person that's bought a line probably in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. So
I think everyone feels that connection, and so it's not just like they're just not numbers popping up in there. We know them all. We've spoken to them. 3/4 of them, we probably know half their story, because that first personal connection in the tickets. It's actually been a really good thing, accidentally, but it's been really great for our Discord.
So let's touch on that subject. I just purchased 3 as we were speaking. I got my 3 lions. I was trying to look them up on Abyssus Bay.
What did you get?
I'll find out right now. And then, so what do I get that comes along with these? What are the utilities of holding these lions?
So initially, you get the 1 land from Imperium, so you'll get that drop as soon as you open a ticket. Our own utility is what we're talking about with the community fund, which is a 25% investment of that mint price, which will be ongoing forever. Another 25% of the mint, so this is half of the whole mint. So another 25% is going towards our development fund, which is funding the next stage of the project. So the next stage of the project is guaranteed. Sometimes you're not sure what founders or holders, founders are doing with the money, but we have that locked away. That's going to fund the next step of the project. Now that's going to help or reward stage Gen 1 holders, because we haven't ironed out all the kinks yet, but definitely everyone that's a holder now will have the ability to get a free drop from the next drop. So you're going to be involved on an ongoing basis. We're not exactly sure how that's going to work yet, but that fund will directly benefit people that already hold also, but also will benefit the Lions because the project will have another step. So that keeps the limelight on the Lions, and that stage 2 is going to have a very similar setup. So that will fund stage 3. And if we keep that process going, we'll have an ever building development fund and an ever building community fund. Now the community fund may vary as we go along, but rest assured 25% minimum will always be going directly back to buyers of that stage of the project.
And is that something that do they need to be staked, or is it automatically connected to the wallet on
the first stage in Gen 1 is like I said, it's going to be ran as a share portfolio. So it's probably going to be ran hands-on by me.
Yeah,
literally
token IDs.
Everything will be everything will be very open. Like you'll be able to see our holdings. Obviously, you can just follow everything, on Web3 and just see what we hold, how things are growing. That'll all be very transparent. This is, once again, this is only how I see it. The community might go, no, that's ridiculous. The reason I want, and then after 3 months, our profits will be divided by the amount of lines, and then the amount of lines you have, that's the share you get. So if you have 25 lines, you would get 1% of the profits. Just simple maths. That's exactly how we do it.
Yeah.
The way I like that is I think it's a little bit unique, and I know that the staking platforms chew a lot of the funds in fees. So I just see this as a way of me actually doing work, like physically having to do the numbers and distribute the funds. But while it's at a manageable level, the fees will be next to zero, only like, just minting fees and things, and we'll be able to return the maximum investment. That's now going forward, if we do a 5,000 drop or whatever going forward, that's not going to be manageable. I won't be able to individually do that. We'll have to have some kind of contract that organizes the staking and does it more like a traditional project. But just at this stage, I see it as a unique way of me being able to manage it personally, but really boost the returns because of the lack of, there's highly reduced fees going to like a mother project.
And these things are going quick. You're 88% right now.
Oh my God.
Only 2,500. There's and only 2214 has been minted. So this is going to get.
There will never be another lines, and the lands deal. Obviously, that's a one-off. So I think people realize once it's minted out, that's it. Like that's the end of that.
Yeah. This
so if you want to land in Imperium, you have to mint 3 lines now. Otherwise, that's it. Our great. I honestly think our project is going to be standalone, amazing, but if you miss the mint, that's not going to happen ever again.
As far as any other utilities go, Chaka, we didn't have the luxury of the time to figure out anything else to bring to that. Gavin was, man, he brought it out of nowhere and got the land deal. And since we, both of our relationships with the community were so strong to begin with, and they're receiving something, getting that immediate value, it just exploded so fast and has been going so fast that we haven't had time. So we've just been communicating with our holders and with the community in the Discord. As soon as we mint out, we're gonna be able to take a deep breath, and then everything is going to go through the community. We're going to work together to build this into something else. So as far as like any other utilities after what's mentioned, it's not that we're not offering we don't offer any right now, but that's only because we haven't had the time to work it out. Like it's more about. I still
think that's more than so many projects.
Yes.
Knowing that a quarter of the mint is being owned by the community, and another quarter of the mint is guaranteeing the next stage. So that's why we're already talking with different launchpads and things about ideas, because the funding's secure and people can rest assured that the next stage is coming. We haven't got a board yet because we promised that on mint out, which will be in 3 months. We thought, no, it's going to be in 3 minutes.
It's going to be pretty quick.
So a lot of things are just coming so quick. People have to give us a little bit of patience because we've got a lot of plans, a lot to organize, but it's all happening really, really fast.
My plan was to mint after the stream, and then I saw it and I was like, no, I need to mint right now. There's a chance I might miss it.
We've had people come into this Discord, dude, and announce themselves as leaders of positions because they want to see this succeed so bad. Like we have a gentleman, Snoop Lion. This dude has been so committed since he dropped in here. We have a channel there in the Discord called Lion Social Club Strategy Group, where we can strategize about where we go next. And he jumped in and he started organizing stuff. And he's like, and on his name on the Discord, he's like unofficial Lion Strategy Group leader. And so it got to a point where he was killing it just like that. And I'm like, you know what? We're making it official. So I made him his own role and gave it to him. And people just keep coming in and saying, okay, well, we can provide this. We want to see this go. We're gonna give you 5 of these so that we can lock this down. And it's like, we didn't ask for any of that. They came in. That's why I said, Chuck, if something is happening in this Discord that is not in the norm, it is special and unique.
And we're saying it's a community, and we keep saying our project, and people are taking it on like it is their project. It's all of our project. and they believe it, and it's true.
Oh, that's right. I mean, without the
they're getting
community,
into
I mean, the community is
all
the
the
number
party.
one, and this
Yeah.
community seems
Yeah.
to be on board. We have, if I say your name wrong, I apologize. Do you guys know how to pronounce this? Is it Lucas?
I
Is
think
it-
so. I think
Okay.
that might be. I think he goes by QRIS Kronos, Chris Kronos. I think that might be who that is.
Oh,
but
okay.
Yeah.
But he says his goal is to hold, or he or she goal to hold 70. Right now, I'm at 53.
you better
Is
act
it-
quick, buddy.
Really
And then we
great supporter
have
of ours. Yeah.
Daryl Brooks in the chat. He says, "I'm gonna grab my first one today." So let's go, man. That's awesome.
Daryl, just FYI, once they mint out, the land deal's gone. I'm not trying to push you to mint more than you're comfortable with, but if you don't get in on that 3-to-1 deal, that it's not. Once we mint out, it's done. So
That's right.
that's not financial advice. I'm just letting you know. So we've told people that as they come into the Discord, they'll be like, "Well, I minted 5," and I'm like, "Okay, that's awesome.
Get one more.
Welcome to the Pride. We love having you. Stay with 5. I don't care, but if you pick up one
Yeah.
more, boom, yeah, Kronos Chris. There you go. Then you've
Then-
got 2 pieces of land that are being dropped to you instead of just the one. And so,
Yes.
just a reminder.
And then Daryl says, "It's me, Wave Stacks."
Oh, Wavy Stacks, what's up, bro?
Wavy Stacks. Yeah, that's awesome. So you were talking about the land drop. Can we talk about that a little bit? What is the land drop for?
This is going to be on. Take it away, Gavin.
Well, the land drop is in a game, yet to be released game of Imperium, which is you've got it up there. It's basically an MMO fantasy style game, kind of in the same like Age of Empire style, and it's built on a world of Olympus, which consists of 5,625, I think it is, lands, and those lands are NFTs, which can be owned independent of the game itself. So as a land owner, you then will earn 20% of all gaming activities that occur on your land. Now, Imperium is a play to earn game, so gamers come in and play it just as any other game. You can handle over 11,000 gamers at one time, and every single thing you do, if you conquer someone, right down to just an attack or a defense or anything in the game, it's a play to earn game, so you earn imp. Now the landowner earns 20% of what the gamer earns so anything that occurs on their land, they get 20%. And also on top of that, Imperium is a game with a finite term. It runs, there's a winner of each game. It can run 4, 6, 8 weeks, like that's to be determined, depends how vicious it gets in there. But at the end of that, there'll be a first, second, third place getters, which will get, I'm fairly sure it will depend on how many players there are, but I'm fairly sure that the first season is at least 100,000 imp. And so as a landowner, if the winner came from your land, you would get 20% of that as well. So not only do you earn from every single activity on your land, you also have the opportunity to cash in on the winnings.
And that's whether you play or not,
landowner.
Chaka.
That's
Just
what we're giving
holding that
away.
land
We're
in
giving
your
away
wallet.
one of those lands.
And
Yeah.
to be a landowner, the only way to be a landowner is through Lion Social Club. Is that right?
That's the only way. Yep. There was a mint before. The mint happened right at the worst part of the bear, so it wasn't a good mint. But I don't think there was one single good mint out there. The game wasn't developed enough for people to actually see what they were getting, so I think that was another problem with the mint. But now, things are getting better, so people can see what's going to happen. The guys on the team have guaranteed that there's going to be a better version of the game released probably the 15th or 16th of February. So people know there's something there. There's a lot more trailers out now. There's actual video of gameplay, watching the devs play the game. So people are getting more confidence in what's there. But the mint has been paused since we arranged this deal with them. So currently the only way you can get them is through Lion Social Club. That's correct. The mint may just reopen. The guys aren't 100% sure how they're going to do that because there's another huge part of Imperium coming up, which is the token launch, which will be a couple of weeks after the beta version of the game is released, and that's on Candy. So Imperium may use the lands to also reward large buys of tokens. So there's a few ways that'll go. The mint will probably eventually be reopened, but this will be your best opportunity to get involved at a really great price.
And real quick,
the game.
yeah.
The guys want to make the game the best game, ever.
And we have turn right in the chat. He says, you asked if I can shout out the Troll Fam. They showed me a lot of support. The Troll Fam, I've had them on the
same
channel.
here, dude.
Shout out to Troll Coin, man.
Yes, I'll give a shout out to Troll Coin too, man. They have been a kick-ass community, and they've been so wonderful to me and supportive of me as all the way through. And it just, there you go.
Yeah, I had Davcast on the channel talking about it, and it was a good time.
Yeah, Davcast's a big supporter of mine. He's been in a few spaces of mine, and I believe he's a lion and landowner as well. And it's just,
nice.
It's dude, the whole Crow Fam, all of you guys, seriously, bro, see my face. I love you all. Gavin and I are almost exactly the same person in a lot of ways. I mean, he's like the Australian version of me, and it's like that where we cross over in knowing people. Like, it's when people came out and saw that we were founders, all of his people that he's built that trust with, they reciprocated all of the support that Gavin had been offering to all of them, and the same people, it's my followers and supporters, did the same thing to me. It was just like the entirety of Crow Fam said, you know what, we got you, and they just showed up, bro, and started just, oh God, it's been so amazing.
I haven't told Doc this yet, but one of the projects that I've had a lot of involvement with, the Hype Dogs, like I've been a huge supporter of theirs, and they've been great supporters of ours as well. But Bruno from that project, the owner, the founder, is offered to help us set up our DAO vote so that we can do that automatically on the chain. So people can just log in, it'll automatically see how many lions they have, and they'll be able to vote off the back of that.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I think Boomer Squad does that. I was going to try and figure that out, but if Hype Dog does that too, I'm glad we've got that already set up. That's perfect.
He's going to help us set that up from scratch.
Yes.
So, it's another thing that we can get done without having to, spend money. Everything we can get. That's another thing. Like, these things cost money to run, but through Doc and I's connections, we're getting so much love given back. We're going to be able to not use those funds for that. The funds, we're going to be able to do a lot of that stuff ourselves and get it done with help, as opposed to having to just pay top dollar to some shark trying to rip us off.
Yeah,
Mark, you don't have to hold any of the NFTs to play the game. The game is going to be open to play as a game itself. Being a landowner just adds you that extra bit of passive income, or you can set up stuff in the game as a landowner. But no, you do not have to hold a lion or a land to be a player in Imperium. You just have to just show up and play.
These are the 3 lions I got right here.
Oh, I like it.
I like the ones with the hat.
Yeah, those are nice.
Done well.
Yeah, those are fantastic. You and I both know somebody. You and I both know somebody, Chaka, that will be interested to maybe offer a trade for the stoner eyes with the headband and Dead Render. Dead Render might sell his kidney to get that lion.
So with the mint, well, I don't know. I gotta check them out. So with the mint going,
just wanted to quickly say on the playing in the game, as a landowner, you can actually nominate to play from your land first. The second option is you can nominate a particular player to play from your land, so you have initial control over that. But and then once it gets through to the third stage, then anyone can jump onto your land. So kind of you have a little bit of early access to play from your land, but if you choose to be completely passive, it takes care of itself in the back end.
Yeah, nice. So with the mint going the way it is, and the project, the progress it's showing, where do you guys? We'll start off with Gavin. Where do you see this project in 1 year's time from now?
Well, I don't know about a year. That's a long way out there. All I know is that with every mint we're doing, funding the next mint, then we'll be at whatever stage of the project that the community allows us to get to. So it'll just grow at its own rate. Now that could be, if the crypto world and NFTs go crazy again, it could be completely crazy, or But all I can tell you, with the community funds never going anywhere and the project being self-funding, it's going to be here, and it's going to be 10 times bigger than it is now.
It's hard to predict
that.
Chalk. It's really hard to predict that when we're allowing for so much community involvement, because we have ideas, and I think that the community is going to respond well to the ideas that we haven't even presented yet, because we haven't even had time to really nail them down and say, this is what we're thinking, for them to even be able to weigh in on it. Does that make sense? Like, I mean, because we didn't have all that
genuine ideas to launch pads, and we're waiting for genuine feedback back. So we can't even, these things take longer than we've been involved.
We thought we were going to have a 3-month mint out and have time to slowly like build into this. And it's just been nothing but chaos, all great chaos, but just straight up chaos since we took this thing over, dude.
That's awesome. And
one thing I can guarantee in a year, if the only thing we have left is the community fund, because no one's minting anything, that's not going to happen. But I will personally be running that community fund forever for free. Like it's impossible for the project to rug, because the community fund is there. And the only way it would wind up is if everyone voted in the community to pay the community fund back, and we would pay it back. But that's so unlikely. So the worst case scenario is the community fund will keep building, we'll keep distributing those funds, and the development fund, at whatever pace that runs, will keep funding the next stage of the project. So I see it forever, but we definitely don't have an exact 12-month time frame yet. The other thing I can say too is with the 25% of the mint for community funds, 25% into development funds, with our actual secondary sales, which is the fees are 9%, half of that, so 4.5% goes to the community fund and 4.5% goes to the development fund. So me and Doc earn personally none of that. That also, so if we have a good secondary market, that's also going to be fueling both those funds forever and a day.
T-Dane, I love you, buddy.
Community. Everybody in the chat, I appreciate you guys being here.
We're putting all secondary sales, all the percentage on all marketplaces that we decide to go with. It's going back into the project. I mean, Gavin and I honestly see. I don't know what could happen. We don't know where crypto's going to go. But I mean, in 10 years from now, if people are still holding their lions, I can envision myself being with Gavin, still sending back funds. And Absolutely. So, I mean, it's what I truly am inspired by what this community has done. Chaka, I'm not kidding, bro. Inside this Discord, it is insane. Like, to get the kind of activity and the support to each other, as well to Gavin and I, that has happened in this Discord. I've seen people offer like prizes for games and this and that. These people are showing up and just going nuts
on their own.
Like, what are we doing?
We're not paying them. These guys are just running it themselves. Like, we're not paying anyone. We're not doing anything. We've got no like people in there pretending to be someone. These people are donating prizes off their own back, just from nowhere, and asking for permission. Is it okay if I give away a prize? And we go, you can do that. It's fine.
That's awesome. I just had a couple questions. So, in the future, I mean, I know you guys did mention a next mint. Has any ideas been tossed around about what type of mint that's going to be? Is something that the public knows already?
Not yet. That conversation with Gavin and
to the conversations, but no to anyone knowing.
Yeah, we haven't. We have what I think we are wanting to do pretty much as a like rough draft, but before we present that to the community, I think with everything going nuts, I think as soon as we mint out, we're going to take a breath. Gavin and I are going to have a nice couple of chats over a couple of days. We'll get in, we'll get that board voted for, and we'll start dialing these little things in. But we
have Gen 2 and Gen 3 like structured what we want, but it's just not firm enough to say anything yet. That's all.
Right.
Oh, I see. And then also is are you guys working on a website? Will a website be something in the future, or you're good without it?
Yeah, we have Des, one of our mods, and a longtime friend of mine that is working really hard on, because we had to take everything down to the studs. I mean, even that picture on Abesis Bay, that's the old founder's vision for the project. It's been a tough thing trying to get things moved around and changed to what is happening now. But Des is working tirelessly, and and he's doing it because he wants to see the project succeed. And he's like, yeah, I got you. I'll do this. I'll do that. So, I mean, we're working on all of that stuff. But like I said, this is the stuff in the beginning that people usually have laid out before they launch.
Yeah.
We're trying to get all that done while doing all this stuff.
The project did have all that from the previous founder, had all that stuff. But when we took over and completely changed direction, it didn't mean anything. So we've had to start that from scratch, you know. And there was, although the original founder has given us some help in quite a lot of ways, there was delay in things. So we had the old website running for weeks, even though I was pleading to get it down, and it didn't mean anything because it was incorrect. So at least I got that cancelled now. I was actually happy to have no website because for a while it was completely misleading.
Yeah.
Like we've seen the website from our end, like Des is doing a great job. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be basic, but it's going to have everything people need to know, and it's pretty close to getting out there.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm looking forward to it. That's going to be great. Now, I commend you guys because I have been with a project that the devs left and the community tried to build back up, and then community members stepped up to take the lead. It's not an easy task. Now, you said you were communicating with the original devs. Were you able to get everything like the socials, the contracts? He was generous.
We got that stuff.
Yeah, that's great. That's huge. That's huge.
We also got
we were very happy that he went that way. I mean, he turned over everything, all the stuff that had been earned in the mint process up until that point. I mean, it doesn't happen like that for everybody. We got very lucky, and then with that comes, you know, our supporters and everything lined up perfect, but it lined up so perfect that it went so fast that we don't have the time to dial this stuff in. So we're working on it, and I'm just glad that we have such a wonderful community that has faith in us and trust in us, because if we didn't have that, there wouldn't be as many mints right now, because with things being mismatched so much, it would look so bad. But people know that we are committed to them and committed to this project, and it will all line up eventually.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
And just with the community fund too, I think as far as that growing, I it's only my own opinion, but I think we're in a real sweet spot of the market at the moment. I think everything is going to go up. So even just the fact that all the community funds are currently held in Crow just by default, because that's what the mint is. Like that fund's growing like at 20 or 30% because of the Crow price.
Right.
So it's actually outgrowing the mint because of the Crow price, just because of our timing with the mint. So we're really having a little bit of luck there, you know.
So back to the mint. The mint price is 450 Crow. The member, if you hold the Abysis Bay founder member passes, is NFT is 400, and the whitelist is 395. Do people still have an opportunity to be whitelisted, or is that?
I love how we hand out the whitelist. The whitelist is handed out to people who believe in the project.
Yeah, they show it. They show it by coming in and they'll mint
Discord,
3.
You do a couple of tweets, you're whitelisted.
Yeah,
it's as simple as that. So there really is no reason why you shouldn't be minting at the whitelist price.
Yeah,
that's awesome. That's great to hear. I mean, man, is there anything that we're leaving out that you guys would like to touch on before we sign out? We're already approaching an hour. Kind of flew by.
Yeah, it did. I don't think there is anything. You know, I was talking to Gavin a while ago. And I was like, I really want to start telling people in Spaces. Again, we still thought we were looking at a month to mint out. I mean, this was around the 30% mark. And I was like, I want to tell people in Spaces without sounding without it sounding bad, but like, please be patient with us and give us time to work through these things. And so we covered that in this, but it's been going so fast that I mean,
it's just a giant snowball.
I don't even. It's been Chaka. It's been next level, dude. You've heard me
and the Lansdale
projects,
honestly,
and this is just something else.
The Lansdale itself has taken a lot of time. Like I've hardly been able to do anything else but that because of just the administration of checking every single, verifying them, and pumping them out. So as soon as the mint ends, in a way, we're actually going to have a lot more time to just plow into our own project, and we're going to be so much more focused. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, how does that work? What do I need to do? I have my 3 lions. Do I just Open
Just
a
Like I
ticket
said,
in
it's a
Discord?
manual process. You open a ticket, give me your wallet, and I'll verify it. I'll verify that I haven't dropped your land, and then I'll drop your land.
Well,
If
fortunately,
I'm awake, it
fortunately
happens
for
pretty
you,
quick.
Chaco, you verified right here live on your show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Now-
good.
Your wallet address.
Yeah. So as far as Twitter Spaces, do you guys have a regular Twitter Space set up that you guys do every week?
Yes, we will be. We were going to actually have one this week, but it's been snowballing like crazy. That is something that will happen. Gavin and I are both space veterans. We're
Lions
not doing them. It's just, sweet Jesus Lord, we have not had time.
Oh, I bet.
We've been getting into a bunch of other spaces that people have been inviting us to, so we haven't been.
We've been
out
doing
of
2
the
or 3
spaces.
spaces a day, haven't we? Really?
Yeah.
Now-
Yeah. The other day we had 3 back to back to back. So
Yeah.
it's we've
A
been
couple of
doing
spaces-
spaces.
That one particular space we did twice because it started at 2 a.m. I think, or 3 a.m. my time, and we were going to be one of the first up. And then I asked, "Can we push it back?" Because the space
Right.
the space was going for like 4 hours. And they said, "Yeah, no problem." So I set my alarm for like 5, but then somehow we lost communication. So Doc had to jump in, do the space right at the beginning. Then I jumped in at my time slot and I did the whole thing again. So we're trying to do 2 cracks at that one.
And then,
But
There's
a,
good space, good long space.
weekly space, Chaka, yes, that will
Yeah.
happen. You
Yes.
know me well enough to know I can't go that long without being in spaces when my real life is not in chaos. That's where I like to be. It's where I thrive. So, I mean, that is definitely going to happen. Yes,
that's where you do your connecting.
that's absolutely
Tell you a
right, my
story-
friend.
Did you tell your story about the 30% mint party, Doc?
Oh God. Okay, so we were gonna do a celebratory space, right? And I was talking to Gavin. I was saying, well, let's do it at 30%.
Is this about a week ago, Doc?
Yeah, about a week ago. And I was like, let's do one at 30%. We were at like 22% or something like that. And then I'm like, no, let's just do it at 1/3 of the mint, right? So 33%. Well, at 28%, I started making putting out feelers to get projects into the celebration space for 33%. The day before the space, it went from 28% to 33% to 37% to 42%. And so our celebratory space was a 50% mint party.
Oh, nice.
That's how fast stuff is moving, dude.
Tad bit ahead of schedule.
Yeah.
So as far as the team goes, is it just you two gentlemen, or I know you said you had a lot of help from the community, which is great. But is it behind the project? Is it just you two?
As of right now, yes.
Yes.
On an official, as far as the mint being, us making a little bit of being the owners and stuff. Yes, we're the only ones part of that team. But I can't say that we're the only two, because the team member, our mods, they are part of our team. I mean, Dez is going buck wild helping us. I mean, he is being a mod in the Discord. He's designing our website. He's designing our roadmap. He's put our white paper into a Git book. And then you've got Casey, Dead Render, and Gorath. Gorath is also a moderator in Dragons of the West. These guys are in the conversation, doing their thing. I mean, to say that they're not part of the team would be an insult to everything that they do. I mean, they are a part of the team. Absolutely.
Awesome. That is awesome.
And because we had a turnkey project, everything done up to that point, we didn't need anyone else.
Yeah.
But going forward, obviously, we're going to have to, get artists and developers in to help. How that's
Right.
going to be structured, we don't know yet, but the team will grow at least on a, per project basis, because we're not capable of doing that. We can, unless our Gen 2 is like sticks figures and I don't know, sunset, so we've got no chance. So we'll have to get help. And we already have help right there in the group, which is amazing.
Yeah. Stick figures and sunsets. I like it. I'd probably still get some stick figures and sunsets. And so, as far as collabs, have you guys collabed with anybody else to help you get through this mint, or this is all just you guys?
It's been Imperium. It's been the and Hype Dog says we have some stuff in our white paper for our top 10 holders and stuff like that for hype dogs and stuff. But I mean, as far as getting the mint rolling forward, Imperium's been our collaborator. Now I've been in spaces with other project founders and stuff that have helped let me come up and speak. So, I mean, as far as that kind of support, there's been a lot of that, but we haven't had time. I mean, you know how many people I know in the space, dude. I haven't had 10 minutes to reach out to other people and be like, so you want to help with this mint? I mean, we had one of those people come in and is like, hey, we're in the Asian market. We can get you 500 to 600 holders. And I had to say, no, we're good, bro. We don't even have 500 to 600 left in the mint. Like, thank you, but no. I mean, there's just been no time to do any of that. So, I mean, going forward, like I said, after we mint out and stuff becomes more of an admin side of things, there will be a setup and a perfect opportunity to get some collabs going for, Gen 2 and Gen 3. And it's been so fortunate. Everybody's been so amazing that it's been amazing that I haven't had time to do it. Like,
it is.
So
and it's flipped, like, without being too cocky. It's kind of flipped where, you're asking if we reached out to anyone. We're having people reach out because they want to say they're with us now, because
nice.
I don't know how other projects are going. I've been pretty single-minded. But I don't think a lot of other projects have minted what we've minted in the last 3 weeks. Like, it's been pretty hardcore from just,
yeah. And that is
like ours.
All back to the community, guys. For everybody who's in here,
Absolutely.
Everybody who watches, anybody that
it is,
it's you guys.
It's being cocky or proud. It's as a community member, like, it's the whole. Me and Doc are a part of it, legitimately just part of it. Like, it's a whole team is from the ground up. Some of our most supportive people do have 1 or 3 lines, and they're just as important and been doing just as much work. And then we have the unbelievable belief in us that we've got some whales that are buying multiple lots of 100, and these guys are really savvy investors. So we feel like we're getting the belief from every part of the market, which is a huge vote of confidence.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever you guys are doing, it's working. You can tell it's working well. And I memean, you said, "Oh, I don't want to sound cocky." No, you should puff that chest out, because what you guys are doing is the proof is right there. You're 88%. I've already seen a couple mints during this stream. It's like, wow, this is really, really good. But before
we had done this stream, a month ago, where I think we were kind of penciled in for some early on, but didn't, there was some issues. We would have been begging for support. Like, please, this is why our project's great. This is what we can offer. Yeah. And now I feel like this is actually a celebration of where we're at.
Yeah.
It's just amazing.
And that's awesome. And I look forward to, I mean, you guys are always welcome. Doc, Doc's been on the channel plenty of times, but Gavin, you guys are always welcome to jump back on the channel whenever, whenever you have any updates, or after mint here in a couple minutes after you guys are done. But to update and to update, give updates on the project. You guys are more than welcome to be here. But before we sign out of here, any last words, anything else you guys would like to say? Maybe start with Doc and then end it with Gavin. And
you know what I'm about to say. I love your faces off, each and every single one of you. I've been trying to find the right words to say how the feelings I have for seeing this support come back to me. And it has been, I can't find them. I can't find them. So, I mean, as simple as it is, I love your all faces off. Thank you so much for everything.
I'm the same. Like, there's no pitch. I'm just really thankful and proud to be part of the community that's got behind us, and all the other projects and all the individual minters. Just, really thank them personally. Thank you, Chukka, for helping us out here. Like, we've had a lot of support from other spaces and from you as well, that get us on these things, for no cost. This is where sometimes people blow funds, but we've had a lot of support, and you're amazing. I've watched a couple of your things there. It's, you're a great supporter of the whole community. So we really appreciate that.
Cool.
Just a bit of advice to everyone: say hi to your mum and go and pat your dog. Okay, that's my.
There you go. Awesome. That's a great way to end it. And everybody in the chat, don't forget to hit that like button. Maybe subscribe if you want more content like this. But I'm Chaka Crypto. This is the Chakaverse. You guys have a great. Oh, look at that dog. So,
Hey, I'm just
Yeah.
doing it.
Okay.
I'm just doing it as my boy says.
all right, fellas. You guys all have a great day. Everybody, in the
Thanks,
chat,
Chaka. See you,
guys
Doc.
have a good one.
See you,
All right,
buddy.
see ya.
Chaka, crypto, you're entering the Chakaverse. Chaka, crypto, welcome to the Chakaverse. Chaka, crypto, you're entering the Chakaverse. Chaka, crypto, welcome to the Chakaverse. He out speaking Chaka facts, I'm out speaking Chaka.